Thanks for changing to your station, the Africa Independent Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Only on this channel and on this program, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. My name still remains Patrick Bamboo. Today is actually a very special day for us here in the studio, and particularly Security Watch Africa, and it's also a special edition of our program because special in so many ways. We have a special guest here. We're going to have special guests. One is already on the set with us, and is quite special because sitting close to him makes me feel I'm sitting close to the #1 citizen of Nigeria. But first of all, let me just introduce him to you. He's a special advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on media and publicity. I'm talking about my brother, Mr. Femi Adesina. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Glad to be
here. He granted us that privilege to be in the studio live with us on this special day. And in the studio also is Shino Phillips, the International Assessor of Security Watch Africa. On the program later, will be joining us. Will be the Managing Director of the first 24 hours TV station in Nigeria. That station that is the window to Africa. That station through which you can know what is happening in Africa. That is talking about AIT, the Africa Independent Television. I'm talking about Dr. Tosin Dokpesi, who will join us to do a very special thing here in the studio here. But since I have in the studio with me the special advisor to the president, I know that many of you have so many questions to ask about the president and what is happening. But we'll be bringing you a special report from Enugu State Police Command, led by CP Damala Mohammed. That command is doing quite well, and they are actually identified with Security Watch Africa. We are one of the greatest armed robber and the car snatcher has been arrested. And in fact, the man has been on the wanted list for very many years, and finally he's been arrested. And that is where I would take it up with my brother, Mr. Adesina. Yes, I know that our president, by the special grace of God, we're looking forward to having him back. But Nigerians have been asking, so many things. Where is he? Is he alive? We believe he's alive. We believe that he's doing very well. We believe that he will soon be back to the country to continue what he's doing. But to some people who still wanting to know, it's like when their father is not around, they're very, very eager. What is the situation with our president?
When he was leaving on May 7, it was already clarified that he was going for a follow-up to his medicals, and he will be away till the doctors certify him as fit to return. So that, I think, sums it up.
Okay, yeah. So many Nigerians have been, they've been on this with a lot of inquiries, some asking, because so many things on the social media, on life support machine, dead, so many things. But from you, we are getting it that he's alive and he's strong.
The issue of alive or not does not even arise. It does not arise. This is a forthright government. Okay. Whatever you hear from this government, believe it. Okay. Except you are a Thomas, a doubter, perpetual.
Okay, so which means the acting president actually met with him, not for 5 minutes like we were reporting.
Well, the people can always conjecture. They are free to do so, but the truth remains the truth. Okay. If anybody denies it, it does not change the truth. The truth will always remain the truth.
Yeah, Philip, we have been traveling around Nigeria quite very often, and every now and then we're on the move and getting the heartbeat of Nigerians and their feelings about it. Some have said that more than 2 years the government has been in power. What would they point out to have achieved from you? Because we know we are looking at security, particularly on this program, but from you, what would you say that has been the landmark of this government?
Well, from all the movements we've made and from all investigations and interviews carried out, we realized that a whole lot of Nigerians actually commend this government in the area of security. I mean, they really tackled the Boko Haram thing headlong, and every other thing that comes up they've tackled. But then there is this eagerness to know the state of the president.
Which he has said.
Which he has confirmed, which has buttressed exactly what the vice president has said. However, I think that this government, obviously, they are doing very well to see to it that Nigerians are well fed. I mean, the prosperity of this country matters to Nigerians, and I'm sure that with him here, he'll be able to confirm the direction of this government. But I see from everything that Nigerians are eager to know that there should be food on their table.
Okay. Now, let me find out from you, because I know that in the past we have seen a situation where a president was not around, and it seems that the country was in turmoil. Now the president is not around. We have an acting president. Some people say that, yes, it's important for him to be around. Some have said that things seems to be working as if the president was around himself. What is that is in the government that make it seem as if everything is just okay?
But that's the way it should be in a proper democracy, because those who framed our Constitution and those who envisioned democracy in the first place and who saw the need to have a president and a vice president, they were not foolish, they were not stupid. They knew that it's possible that one could not be around, and so one was standing for him. Therefore, there was no time the president has been away for a number of time, and he has not transmitted power to the vice president. So things should work smoothly. This is about the third time that power has been transmitted to the vice president to become acting president. That's the way it should be in a true democracy. And President Muhammadu Buhari, as somebody that respects the Constitution, has done the proper thing.
Okay. Yeah, if you're joining us, this is your program, Security Watch Africa. You can participate on this program by making use of our social media platform. The Twitter account is there on the screen, and the email and the Facebook fan page is also there on the screen for you to communicate to us so that we can talk. Maybe you may have a particular question we want to find out from our guest, the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, my brother Femi Adesina. Femi Adesina is somebody who has seen it all when you talk about media. He was the managing director of the Sun newspapers and editor-in-chief for several years. Let me come to the issue of government and media, which affects us. How would you say the media has fared in this government? Because a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions and said a lot of things now.
Well, when we talk of media now, we have to be careful and distinguish between traditional media and social media. Exactly. So, yes, I would just like to say maybe we are talking of the traditional media, mainstream media. The mainstream media. Mainstream. Yes. Well, we need to look at the history of the Nigerian media. You will see that the Nigerian media itself was born into activism right from its beginning. It was born into activism, first to even propagate religion, the Christian religion, Iwe Iroyin Yoruba, founded by Henry Townsend. It was a sort of propagating tool for religion. And later we saw that when the need for black consciousness arose in Nigeria, the media was at the forefront. The original newspapers that were formed to promote black consciousness. And after that came the agitation for independence. And the media was right in the middle of it. After that came military rule, and at a point Nigerians were tired of military rule. The media was right in the middle of it, getting rid of colonialism. Even when an election was annulled in Nigeria and people yearned for true democracy, the media was right in the middle of it. So you find that the Nigerian media has always been involved in activism. The Nigerian media is not passive. It is not one that will look and things will go wrong and it will keep quiet. That is still the same role the media is playing today. It is still a very active media. And it's very good for government. A lot of people think that when the media is cowed, it is passive and it is in bed with government, that is what is good. No, I wouldn't advocate that kind of media, because a lot will be going wrong and you won't know. But when the media is active, positively active, you can check yourselves. Because they will point certain things out that you will know that, yes, government has to take this serious. So
in this government, would you say that the media is not cowed? Would you say...
No, not at all. Okay. No, not at all. I think the media is doing what it should do. Okay. And like I said at the beginning, traditional media. Social media is another thing entirely.
Really, don't you think that we could find a way to regulate the social media?
I think that there should be a way. However, it's really going to be very tough because of the different platforms.
Yes.
But amongst them too, you can find one or two credible ones. They lift from the mainstream and just send the news.
And most of the people behind it have had experience in mainstream and they're bringing that to bear on what they do on digital media.
Now, it seems that the media in Nigeria today is also in the mainstream of talking about the issue of restructuring.
Yes.
Does this government believe in restructuring?
The national chairman of the governing party has answered that question. Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State has answered it. Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who is the Minister of Information, has answered it. And I've agreed with all they said. The government and the governing party believe in restructuring the country, but there's a time for everything. Okay. There is a manifesto that is guiding the government, and there's no rule that says that whatever is in your manifesto must be done within 1 year, within 2 years. All that matter is do it within your term in office.
Okay. You want to say something?
Well, I think that the country itself is structured. You know, the issue of restructuring for me, I think should be geared towards economic and social reforms. And looking at it again, you know, with respect to restructuring, I think our institutions should be padded. For me, the country is in the right direction. However, you have diverse opinions here and there, but I think this country is geared towards a stronger unity, and I think it's achievable. Yeah, with social reforms and economic.
Yeah, because I get a lot of people want to find out people on the street want to find out what this issue of restructuring is all about. Some have said that from what they have from some people is transferring power from the elites to the masses. Some have said that it's going back to the original the regional government and parliamentary government, a lot of things. But I don't know. Have we actually identified what this restructuring is about?
That is why you know that there is the beginning of a committee to even look at what restructuring means. Because you need to determine and agree what this restructuring is. Some people said it's already in 2014 Constitutional Conference. But if you look at the findings of that Constitutional Conference, you will see that some of the things even proposed are not practicable. I think they advocated either 16 or 18 more states. By the time this government came into power, minimum of 27 states could not pay salaries. So then do you begin to proliferate states when even the ones that are existing are not viable? So we need to agree on what constitutes restructuring. For me, for instance, I believe that there must be restructuring of the mind.
Absolutely. That is the right direction.
Yes, the Nigerian mind. The Nigerian mind must be restructured. The one that we see anybody that is not from our ethnic group as an opponent, and somebody to be outwitted, outdone, and beaten down. It calls for a restructuring of the mind.
As a matter of fact,
there's so much suspicion in this country.
Absolutely.
And until our minds are restructured, things will not change.
I think restructuring of the mind, and that could equally curb the issue of jungle justice on our roads.
Because talking about jungle justice, I would take this from you, sir, because recently we've heard about issues that are happening, especially in Lagos State. There's jungle justice about people taking the laws into their hand because they feel that the state security arrangement has not helped them. Talking about the Ikorodu as is now and some other areas, is there no way? I know that in some government, you can actually call those people who are in charge of this security to ask them a question. What are you doing?
Is happening?
Why are people's lives not being protected You know, I don't know.
More so Lagos.
That is being done in that regard.
But we also know that Lagos has done so much in the area of security.
The government, yes.
So much. Lagos State government has done so much. So when you have things like the Badu killings rearing its head, it may call for some re-strategizing to tackle it. But in the meantime, you find people reacting the way they are reacting because that thing seems to be getting out of hand. Yeah. But I believe that eventually it should be sorted out.
Yesterday we had reports even Ogun State, they even moved to Ogun State too, because that is how things spread. And if it's not well checked.
And feel as we got, you know, some feel that the police are not actually doing well in their traditional way, especially in Lagos.
I'm sure that the acting president and the government may have to call the IG to tell the Nigerians what is happening in that regard.
Well, I believe there is a commissioner of police in Lagos, and as far as I'm concerned, I think he's doing a good work, and he's alive. He's alive to that
responsibility. All right, we are getting to the second phase of this program today. Today, actually, we want to mark, maybe not celebrate, because I believe that every day is celebration, but we want to mark the 20th anniversary of Security Watch Africa on AIT. Seriously speaking, it's something that really calls for actually stock taking and projecting for the future, because I remember that on a Saturday, precisely July 12th, 1997, this program kicked off on this channel in Alagbado area of Lagos State. And by the grace of God and by the grace of, I must say specifically here, the High Chief Raymond Ale Odokwesi, the man who has stood behind this program to ensure that this program didn't fail, had made sure that this program comes on air. Even in times of difficulties, when our studios were burned, so many things, this program remained. Our own production studio for Security Watch Africa was actually burned. I remember that High Chief Raymond Odokwesi had to give cameras and editing equipment for us to continue with this program. And that is why the board of Security Watch Africa had said that he's actually a pillar of security in terms, because providing a platform to talk about security where every other person thinks it's not lucrative enough. Yes. There are so many programs that started talking security stations, but they are not on air. We are here because I also believe that there are 4 persons we have actually singled out to be acknowledged as pillars of security in Nigeria. One of that person is President Muhammadu Buhari, because we spent almost 4 weeks in the Northeast, particularly Yobe, Adamawa, and the Borno State, to talk to people. We can see life, coming back, and we believe that if that was not done, if he had not come in to make do what he did, then maybe the whole of Nigeria would have been wiped off today. I don't know. What is the thinking of government concerning that aspect?
Now, you've done a very good summary of it. Because by May 2015, when President Buhari came, you could see that Nigeria was under siege. And that siege was progressively moving to other parts of the country. What started in the Northeast in 2009 had spread into Northwest, had spread into North Central. It was at Kogi. And after Kogi, where would it go next? Southwest. And from Southwest to South-South. What then do you have left of the country? But you see that the president took the battle to them. Drove them out of North Central, out of Northwest, and even within the Northeast, they got circumscribed within a small location. And today, it's just atavistic attacks that come, suicide attacks, which are cowardly.
In fact, we also want to acknowledge what the Chief of Army Staff had done, talking about Lieutenant General Teku Yusuf Buratai had done. We have a picture clip of what they have done, apart from checkmating the menace of this terrorist group. They have actually decided to do some social responsibility by repairing roads to ensure, because these terrorists make use of the potholes to plant IEDs and blow up people passing on that road. We have pictures of where soldiers are engaged in making sure that these roads are even patched so that they could be free flow of traffic. Yes. And we actually acknowledge that he has done well. He's also deserving as a pillar of security yes. in that we'll celebrate and mark our 20th anniversary. We're waiting for the MD AIT to join us in the studio so that we can cut the anniversary cake. We asked our special guest here to help us also to join the cake, so to cut the cake. So I'll just call for a short break so that we can, the managing director, that AIT, will join us to cut this cake. So let's go for a short break.
State has yielded great results with the arrest of a notorious armed robber that had been terrorizing the state. His arrest coincided with the Enugu State Police Command renewed onslaughts to make the state safer for the people.
We're on trail of so many criminal gangs who operated in this state some years back. And on the 5th of this month, we were able to trace a notorious armed robber who specialized in car snatching, robbing people, and he killed a police DSP by name Daniel Gara over 3 p.m. on October 3rd, 2016. And a little girl who was the only child to her parents. We traced him to Onitsha, Anambra State. It was a very serious battle before he was arrested. And he confessed to various crimes, ranging from car snatching, armed robbery. And he took my detectives to a hideout where he hid an AK-47 with 32 rounds of ammunition. It was recovered. I think it's a very huge success, because these notorious armed robbers have been terrorizing Southeast. His name is Oko Obodo, popularly known as Ghana. He's in our net now, and he's helping police to trace others of his gang members who are on the run. And I assure you we are going to get them. He resisted. It was a battle before he was arrested. Normally, when you reach a den of armed robbers, what do you expect? We went fully armed, we were ready, and God help us, we got him.
Well, my name is Okobodo. I'm from Amago Akebu. I'm here because of I love. I snatch car. I kid. This is why I'm here. The people where I came is that police and DSP. And that small that so.
Why did you kill them?
I don't know, sir. I don't know. Only that snatching car that
How many cars you don't snatch?
I snatch
You never kill anybody?
No, I don't. The one I mentioned now.
These 3 people.
In his drive to forge a cordial and effective synergy in the criminal justice administration in Enugu State, the Commissioner of Police, Enugu State, CP Danmala Muhammad, was at the office of the State Chief Judge, Justice Priscilla Eme.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we'll continue with that report next edition of this program, because we must cut this cake. I'm joined by very special persons here. With me in my front here is Catherine Dokwesi. She's one of our security ambassadors representing the future Nigerians, those who would take up this issue of making sure we're more secured in future. It's our pleasure that you are here to join in cutting the cake. Then, like I said, the managing director of the only station that talk about security, that is talking about AIT, is also with us here, Dr. Tosin Dokwesi.
Thank you, Patrick. I must say congratulations.
Thank you.
You've been very consistent. 20 years and not stopping anyhow or anywhere. Congratulations. And you've also taken this program outside the shores of Nigeria. A lot of people know about Security Watch. And we thank God that God kept AIT. And that's why Security Watch is still alive and able to celebrate 20 years. So we must thank God and pray that we'll have many more beautiful years. And we'll pray that there will be great security. We'll have security in this nation, that people will be safe, will be able to move around without any fear, will be able to sleep with both eyes closed and not with one, and watching who is coming to attack us. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Mr. Additional, thank you for joining us. Thank you too for being on our show.
Thank you. I must beg you to help us take a message to the Chairman Emeritus for being behind this program. He's the only one who has stood behind this program. I must say, without sponsorship, this program had continued being on air. We know what it is for airtime, but for him to support it, please tell him thank you for us. We support. Then our special guest, the essay to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It means that the President is standing with us here. so we are happy you are here, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have something to say.
Well, just to say that security is everything. Without security, you can't talk of economic development, you can't talk of social development, you can't talk of industrial development. So security is everything. Okay. So congratulations that for the past 20 years, you have kept this program alive, and many more years to come.
Thank you, sir. There's so many people in the studio that have made sure, been behind this program, making sure we come on here. I must say thank you very much, all the cameramen, the lighting set, the makeup, everybody, and go on the person that also run around making sure that this program comes on. I say thank you very much. And Sheena Phillips representing all our analysts and those who support us from being on this program. I want to say thank you everybody for that. So please conduct this cutting of the cake.
Well, yes, let's put our hands. The acronym for Security Watch Africa is SWA, and that is what we will spell, and then we'll cut the cake. Give me an S.
S.
A W. And an A. Security Watch Africa. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Catherine, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So,
on this note, we'll just sign up from this program. Today, I'm just excited because those that really mattered on this program are here with me. But we'll continue to do our best and do even better than we are doing right now, so that Nigerian can, just as the MD AIT said, so Nigerian can be more secure than we are today. Until we come your way again next week, I would say continue watching your back, be a brother's keeper, report any insecurity you see so that we can be more secure. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.